keep it moving now. Don't you see what I'm doing? Let's get it, 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 let's get it.
I'm Aaron Crane, and this is your Region 9 recap. Over at Pineview, the Panthers hosted the Dixie Flyers. Let's send it to our Big O Tires fan cam as the Panther student section gets ready for the game. Dixie got the ball first as Ransoya would get the ball and spin past a couple Panther defenders for a first down. That will bring us to our Jones Paint Glass big hit of the week as Sawyer would bulldoze his way to another first down. But this drive would stall and the Panthers would take over on downs. Garrett Williams would get the handoff and get the Panthers in striking distance. Then it was Levi Shaw who would fire a bullet to Brock Harris, who would haul in the catch for the game's first score. Sawyer would then break loose and get the Flyers down to the 4-yard line. Then it was Sawyer who would cross the goal line to tie the game. Dixie would get the ball back, and it was Sawyer again who would get the touchdown to take the lead for the Flyers. Dixie would add one more score before halftime to go ahead 21-7. But in the second half, McAfee Field would break loose for a 45-yard touchdown run to narrow the deficit. However, the Flyers would march down, and it was Wyatt Truman who would scramble in for the score. But Shaw would fire a pass to the corner of the end zone to Quade Sorensen, who would haul in the catch for a 25-yard touchdown. The Panthers would get the ball back, and Shaw would find Sorensen again to get them to the 5-yard line. Then it was Corbin Yoakum who would punch it into pay dirt. But the Flyers would march down and get another score as Sawyer would punch it in from 2 yards out. And that will bring us to our AWP Play of the Week. Theo would take the direct snap and jump pass to Harris, who would call in the catch for a touchdown. The Flyers would add one more score late in the fourth to go ahead 42-35. Shaw would exit the game after an injury, and Brooks Clark would come in for quarterback for the Panthers, but he would be picked off by Tano Anzalone, who would take it back for a pick six. The final score, Dixie 48, Pineview 35. Over at Hurricane, the Tigers took on the Cedar Reds. Dylan Gabriel would fire a deep ball that would be deflected, but CJ Trump would still manage to get the catch to get the Tigers to the 1-yard line. Then it was Gabriel who would punch it in. Cedar would answer that with a touchdown from Jackson Mann to Crew Giles. Brody Jacobs would then break off a big run for a first down. Then it was Connor Clyde who would punch it into the end zone. Cedar would then get a big touchdown pass from Mann to Dylan Crowley. Then Dom Alarcon would add a field goal for the Tigers. Then Jackson Winiger would pick off this pass and take it to the house for a pick six. Then Alava Fano would get this interception to keep the momentum going for the Tigers. Then it was Clyde again who would get the touchdown. A little while later, Clyde would add one more touchdown for the Tigers. The final score, Hurricane 37, Cedar 14. Over at Desert Hills, the Thunder hosted the Jordan Beat Diggers. Cyrus Puller would make this catch and weave his way deep into Jordan territory. Garrett Grondo would call his own number and advance the ball down to the 5-yard line. Titan Mason would finish off this drive with a touchdown run. In the second half, Grondo would connect with Mason for a touchdown pass. Then early in the third quarter, Isaac Andreessen would take the handoff and take it to the house for another touchdown. The final score, Desert Hills 62, Jordan 14. Then up in Murray, the Spartans took on the Snow Canyon Warriors. The final score, Snow Canyon 27, Murray 7. The Region 9 recap is brought to you by Finley Subaru, State Bank of Southern Utah, Dealer Collision, Big O Tires, AWP, Sun State Companies, Nets on Fire, The Rink, and The Rally Stop. For St. George News, I'm Aaron Crane.